show here today, and we could not be more proud than to have this opportunity to showcase our members' businesses, their products, their services, not only here locally, but nationally and internationally. So we are happy to be here. And in case you're tuning in for the first time and you're wondering what is BNI, well, BNI is the world's largest referral organization. And over 70 presence in over 70 countries, and we're talking about 10,000 chapters, over 10,000 chapters, creeping up on 300,000 members. And so last year in 2020, through a pandemic, BNI members were able to refer business to one another and generated over $16.3 billion in thank you for closed business. So this is an organization that is dedicated, its passion is to help business professionals take their business to the next level. And with that being said, we would like to get you some information so you can get additional, attention to your business by visiting local chapters in your region. So if you want to get some global information, we'd like for you to visit bni.com, and you can also visit the BNI Houston region website, which is bnihouston.com, for local chapters if you're in the Houston West region. So with that being said, and being in a total new setup, totally outside of my comfort zone, but it's okay because we have amazing guests. We have our BNI members. We're going to go with Ms. Jen Godet. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks. It's a great time here every time I've come. So
thank you for being here. I know that this is not your first rodeo here. You've been here before, so thank you for coming back. And did you guys know that this coming month in June, we're actually going to be celebrating our first year anniversary of the BNI Now show? And
I knew that.
Yeah, you knew that, Mike. And the reason why Mike Mogel is here with Clean Sweep is because he was one of the first guests on the very first show about a year ago. So what better way to celebrate the year anniversary by bringing Mr. Mike Mogel. Welcome to the show, sir.
Woo, yeah, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, it's really good to be here.
Thank you for being here. It's an amazing time, and we feel that we needed to celebrate it with BNI members that are truly dedicated to helping other members take their business to the next level, right? So both of you have been in BNI for quite some time. And you've got some stories, some experiences where you have helped many members grow their business, but you have also grown your business in the interim, right? So let's get into it real quick. Jen, I would like for you to go first. Please introduce yourself. Tell us all about you, your business, your products, your services. We want to know how we can help you and refer business to you. So it's your time to shine.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Jen Godet. I am the owner of Jen Godet Coaching Services. I do own other businesses as well, but that's why I am a member of BNI. And what we do at JGCS is we help busy, overwhelmed entrepreneurs to truly become the CEO of their business and their life by reclaiming their time, reclaiming their energy, and maximizing their profits along the way. So that's what we do in our organization. And really, I joined BNI because I understand relational capital and the value behind relational capital. So I've been in a variety of leadership positions, and the one thing that is most amazing that has happened for me in my business is that I've formed really, really deep relationships, not just in my chapter, but also other chapters in our local and in our national and international areas, because I actually, prior to the pandemic, I spoke all over the world. I have an international best-selling book, and I am global with my practice. So BNI has really been amazing because I'm able to interact with entrepreneurs, not just here, but literally anywhere across the globe. And BNI has been amazing for that.
Absolutely, and we're talking about relational capital. Those are some big words, and that is a big subject, right? I don't think we can even get into all of it, even if you were to do it.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and I don't think we can get all into it just in a 1 hour keynote type of thing. There's many more things that go into it. But let's go over to Mike. Mike, it's your time to shine, and welcome back to the show a year later. So happy birthday in a way.
It was awesome. Yeah. I mean, you said, hey, I'm doing this show, and I said, well, I'd like to be on your first show, and you're like, okay, and we forgot about it. It was months go by, and then he goes, hey, I'm having my show, and you said you'd be on the first show. I was like, okay.
Absolutely, and it was a great first show. I mean, we had never done anything like that, you and I, but it was a great show. But this is your time to shine as well. Tell us all about you and your company.
So look, I got my sunglasses on here, but really they're safety glasses because safety first, But anyway, I'm wearing them because our future's bright, It's really bright right now because we're all starting to get back together. things are happening in the marketplace. Last year was good, but it was unstable, and people weren't doing so well in some areas, but it's all coming back. So that's why I got these glasses on anyway. Not trying to be rude,
But didn't you say that your future looked very bright? You
my
wearing those
future
glasses?
looks real bright, yeah. And I think we all do, especially in BNI, because it builds relationships, like you said. And I've got relationships that are 4 or 5 years old that are still feeding me business, and we're connecting, and we're still doing activities together. And they might not even be in BNI anymore, but those relationships are solid because we had the relationships, and we got really close, and we started sharing. One of my goals always has been since I joined is to, of course, to give away business, but I always said I want to give away $1 million worth of business. Well, I'm at $1.5 million right now, giving away business. So I want people to have a one-to-one with me, connect with me, because I want to give you business. I'm looking to be at $2 million by the end of the year. So connect with me, and I'll refer you.
Mike, you are
really
basically
awesome.
what we call a master connector. How long have you been in BNI?
A little over 8 years.
8 years, and over, what would you say, 1.5 million in closed business that
right
you've given?
that I've given away, yeah.
Wow.
And they track that, that's the more important number to me, because, it's all about that servant attitude and servant physical being, because that's what we do. We clean offices. We do commercial office cleaning. And so we're serving the people. We want them to be feeling so much better than even we feel about what we've done for them, So the relationship is really good. We keep clients for 5, 8, 10 years, and that's what we really work on. So just like giving it away, I like to feed other people business. Like you said, I've given away business in California. I've given away business to people in Florida by connecting them through a BNI channel.
Right.
And different states, and I don't do business anywhere but right local.
Right.
It's just amazing how this network.
So, Mike, let's talk about your business real quick. I know that you were here when we first started the show a year ago, when we were all going through, trying to figure out what was going to happen, honestly, right? But your cleaning company, you were going through a process of desanitizing or sanitizing, places of work and things like that.
Yeah.
A year later, what have you seen now that things are opening back up and people are feeling a little bit more confident, people are vaccinated now? What has your company gone through in this last year, from last year in June through this year?
Yeah, sure. That's a good question. We lost a lot of business in March last year when all this hit, because people were working from home, not from their offices. So that was kind of scary, and then I thought, we found out we were essential service like everyone else, and then business started to come back, and we added a whole line of disinfecting, basically. Spray disinfecting, killing the virus, and that worked really well, and it's still working very well for a lot of companies. That's a whole new revenue stream for us that's going to be permanent. So that's one thing that came out of it. We're actually in a more positive position now than we were when it hit last year. So we've grown our business on top of the pandemic and through into this first year. Right. So we've added several accounts this year, and I think it's because I kept my social media marketing working last year. I started it in March, and then I just kept it going. And through the BNI channels, I've reached out to my friends and associates in BNI and other chapters, and I said, hey, like my page, check this out, share this, and they've all been doing it just regularly. So now when they look me up, I appear, and then I have a lot of very good reviews, and we keep clients for a long time. Like I said, and that really helps. So.
Absolutely. So, Jen, let me go to you. Let me ask you a question. You have also seen some things throughout your business throughout this last year. I'm pretty sure that you started doing a lot more virtual meetings with your clients and or coaching with your clients. Are you now in your business also seeing that you're seeing your clients now on a face-to-face meetings, or?
Yes and no. So before the pandemic, I worked with clients all over the world, and so my business model was kind of to meet with them for a kickoff or for a VIP start, if you will, in person, and then to move to virtual follow-ups. So now I have a mix of people, because obviously a lot of people across the world are still locked down, or we can't travel there, or we're not allowed because we're Americans, or whatever it is. And so I've started doing some retreats. I actually hosted a surf and yoga retreat in Panama a couple weeks ago. It was fantastic, and I have another one coming up in the Aegean Sea in September. So yes, it's coming back, but we have kind of shifted towards more the the retreat and the intensive like mastermind summit model for our in-person as opposed to just our general one-on-one sessions. And that's because we can actually, what I found is we're more productive virtually.
Right.
Because people don't have to travel, you're not having to worry about time zones, you're in your native environment. And so the coaching has actually really been mostly delivered one-on-one with the exception of the, let's get you out of your environment completely for a relax, rejuvenate, reset, to press that reset button and then dive into your business. And it's just been so much more impactful and effective. So I really am glad that we were locked down and that we had to shift, because it allowed me to kind of really look and dive into the numbers and to see, okay, what is it that people really value when we get together one-on-one? And it came out that it wasn't necessarily the coaching, it was the relational capital, the getting the depth, the trust, and just that person-to-person experience,
Deeper
so that we
connection.
can have deeper coaching sessions.
Yeah. No, many things
That's
came
awesome.
out of, last year, many of us had to go back to the drawing board with our business models and have to recreate what we were trying to do, how many people or how we were going to reach so many people, right? So we all shifted, we all, pivoted on how we were going to go about business, and many great things came out of all of that, right?
Yeah.
So not all was, lost, if you can say.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the support of this network of the BNI
Yeah.
thing really helped out, because you can reach out to people. I've got other people that do exactly what I do, and I reached out to them and we all communicated and we started talking about, hey, how are we going to change this? I mean,
Right.
we have to be a chameleon right now. We have to move, we have to do something, shake it up.
Yeah.
We can't just sit here and wait for it to come back,
No, we have to do
And
something, we have to
that
keep
was really
moving, go ahead.
important.
Yeah, and what I was going to say is, I've noticed that across multiple industries where we were, a lot of times people were competing rather than
Yeah.
collaborating.
Right.
Yeah.
What has really come out across multiple industries is, hey, you're my competition. Let's talk together and let's really brainstorm, how are we going to survive this? Because the reality is, when things are good, there's enough business for everyone. And then when we were all in it to win it together, like really going through the struggle, it fostered a lot more of that collaborative relationship building. And BNI is great for that, because
Yes.
we already talk about that. We talk about that with our group and within our industries, but what really we were able to do, and I think it's because we've got that collaboration in our networking groups, we were able to go out and be the leaders in our communities and our respective businesses as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the.
We already have that mindset too of helping.
Yes.
That's one of the perks of BNI is the education, for business professionals, is
Yes, yes.
you can collaborate, even though you're in the same industry, you can collaborate and help each other to grow. It's not necessarily that you're in competition with each other. It's like you said, I firmly believe, okay, so I'll tell you like this. I own a printing company, a marketing company. Do you guys have any idea how many printing companies there are in the world? There is hundreds, if not thousands, of printing companies, right? We all do the same thing, right? So it's about collaborating and sharing with each other. There's plenty of business out there for everyone. You just have to go out and
You
get it.
can work together if you
Yeah,
find
absolutely.
out what your strengths are, and what your weaknesses are, where your
Yeah.
best fit,
Yeah. And so
And there's more business to be had.
one of the things we want to talk about on this show and this new panel style type of setup is a keynote that Jen did at one of our national sprint weeks for the launch team, talking about relational capital. There are so many things that you and I can learn from this, because it's huge. It's not just about
Yeah.
showing up. It's more than even just how you show up. Right? So Jen, tell us a little bit about relational capital, and if you can fit it all up into like
2 minutes.
in 2 minutes or so.
So that 2-minute breakdown, if you will, relational capital is kind of like this, right? When we're business owners, we have different types of capital. If we want to grow, we want to scale, whenever something happens, we have financial capital, right, or access to capital. We have our time resources, or our people's time, and then we have relational capital. And so relational capital, and BNI is great for this, is kind of like when we meet, like this is the first time I've met you, and so we would begin to have a conversation. I would first ask you and get really curious about you, what makes you tick, what are your goals, and how we can move forward. And I'm going to use my ears instead of my mouth more than anything. Now, if we were having a one-on-one, I'm going to be taking a ton of notes, and I would have already kind of done some research and looked you up and cyber stalked you so that I could ask some insightful questions. Not cyber stalking in a creepy way, guys, but but I want to come prepared.
Right.
So really, relationship capital. It's coming prepared. It's listening more. How can I add value to you? Who in my network really needs what you are offering, or who could I connect you to? That's going to be the gift that keeps giving. And I'm going to give first and build that from that standpoint. But it's not just what I'm saying. It's my tone. I'm going to be having eye contact with whoever I'm speaking with. I'm going to be smiling. And most importantly, whether it's in person or on Zoom, I'm going to roll my shoulders back. I'm going to hold my head up tall. And I am going to make sure that I am exuding the confidence that I know my business and I am really engaged with you. And so something that we really talked about a lot was, like, if they're sitting back like this, they're disengaged. Like, especially if you're here, that's not somebody who's open and interested in, putting those deposits into that relational capital bank. Yeah. We're going to be leaned in, we're going to be engaged, we're going to be using our body, we're going to be using our tonality, and we're going to be using our ears. So it's kind of all of that, and how can we add value to one another first? Because you got to deposit before you can ever ask to withdraw for yourself.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've noticed about you, Mike, is that every single time that we've had events, BNI events that I run into, whether it was a big breakfast or whatever event it was, is that as soon as you walk in the room, people notice you, right? And you mentioned that on the keynote.
Yes.
When someone with a great personality, someone who has a great presence, is well known as soon as they enter the room, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about that a little bit and know exactly how can someone become that person, right? What does it take to become that person? So what are your thoughts? Or you're probably going to say, I don't know, I was just walking in by myself.
Just what I do,
But it's something that happens when you walk in the room, is that everybody knows Mike. Why does everybody know Mike?
Well, I'm outgoing, first of all, and I'm interested in people, and that's really the thing. I've had people doing a presentation, and they come up to me afterwards, and they go, "Man, you looked really interested. Thank you for that." But I like what you said. You got to lean in. You got to be attentive. You got to mimic people that you're speaking to, so they feel on the same level as you. Not insultingly, but just to be there and be more comfortable. But the whole BNI thing, it teaches you that by giving, you gain. And you don't even know what's happening, like this whole ride for me is like, I look at it like a first hill of a roller coaster, it just click, 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 and it just keeps clicking, and it hasn't stopped clicking yet. So hopefully, we'll just keep clicking, and then when we hit the downslope, it'll be all in, but the thing about it is I get involved too. I get engaged, I get involved, I go see other groups.
Yeah.
I get into leadership, I do things that I can improve myself, my company, and also the relationships in the environment that I'm networking in, So if you're gonna be networking, you should be all engaged, you should jump in all 2 feet, don't hang out on the background and wait, because people want to see your personality.
Yeah.
I get on the elevator. I used to work for a big company. I get on the elevator and we'd have to ride 5 floors and the elevator's full. I'd stand up with the doors to my back. How y'all doing? What's going on?
And just talk.
And just talk.
Yeah.
So, I never met a stranger.
So one of the things that we're going to do real quick is that we're going to go into a commercial break, but we're going to continue this conversation because there's a lot more to cover. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The NowMedia Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The NowMedia Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
As a critical aspect of your operations, you need the right technology partner to provide you and your business the peace of mind of having reliable and efficient IT systems. In addition, with cyber threats, ransomware at an all-time high, adequate, continuous, and proactive data protection for your business is an absolute must. Hi, this is Roland Parker with Impress Computer Solutions. We are experts in tailored IT solutions and professional 24/7 IT support services. We proactively monitor, maintain, manage, and protect your IT and data assets. Additionally, we have the know-how and horsepower to do the correct procuring of any and all computer systems or software your company may need. Having the correct IT infrastructure and not being able to operate safely and correctly is very expensive and can eventually destroy growth. So take a decisive step and call me today for a complimentary consultation at 281-647-9977 for your unique IT needs.
Having a smart and healthy lifestyle is now possible. Hi, this is Eddie Meinhardt with Home Solutions. We are proud distributors of Royal Prestige, the most advanced cookware in the market. Designed with the highest quality standards, Royal Prestige is the only in the market incorporating surgical-grade stainless steel, getting the most nutrients out of your food while helping you cook healthier. They look beautiful in your kitchen, and they are built to last for a lifetime, featuring an amazing 15-year warranty and complimentary yearly service at no cost for our customers. We at Incredi Home have over 15 years of experience providing smart home and healthy living solutions, with a strong commitment to personalized service and great customer satisfaction, offering customized solutions and financing plans to each client. Allow us to help you improve your lifestyle with our smart and healthy living products. Call us today for an in-home demonstration or visit our showroom in Katy for an extraordinary experience. Incredi Home Solutions, making your life easier, your home smarter, and your loved ones healthier.
I'm here to take you to a new frontier, the final frontier. In fact, you and I are going where no one has gone before. I'm Glenn Henderson, entrepreneur, success coach, and musician, and I want to personally invite you to take this journey with me in the pages of my best-selling new book, All I Need to Know About Success I Learned from Star Trek. We'll travel aboard the USS Enterprise along with Captain James T. Kirk, Spock, and the finest crew in Starfleet. And we'll learn together about success principles like how to work with a team and accomplish your goals, when to fight for what you believe, and when not to, and what your business really is, no matter what you do for a living. Beam aboard with me. My mission is your success. And I'll see you on the bridge. Live long and prosper.
We hope.
It's all black and white.
Hey folks, we are back. Thank you for staying tuned in. My name is Rick Gutierrez once again, and we are still here with Mike Mogel, Jen Godet, and now we have the amazing Barbara Garcia. She is here joining us with BNI Synergy and Vista Agency. So Barbara, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
this is your time to shine. The spotlight's on you. Tell our audience who you are, your business, your product, services.
Sure. So everybody, I'm Barbara Garcia with Vista Agency, and I help people with health insurance. Anything related to health insurance, you've got a question or concern, you can give us a call. We handle individual, so people like ourselves that work for ourselves. We can handle small groups, companies with under 50 employees and wish to establish or renew their employee benefits package. And we also do Medicare. We do international and travelers, you guys name it.
Wow.
All related to health insurance. We can be your experts.
That's incredible. So what have you seen in your business here lately in regards to things now opening? I mean, are you guys doing in-person meeting with your clients, or are you still
Most
doing
of our
virtual things?
clients are still prefer virtual at the moment. I haven't had a huge need for people to come over. For small groups, we tend to go to their offices because we want to get to understand and know the business that we're helping out with. Right now, the biggest change is that the American Rescue Plan that Biden came out really had a lot to do with health insurance and beefing up that premium tax credit. So a lot of people that may not have qualified last year for that premium tax credit are now qualifying and getting substantial help. So I have an example of a family of 4 that I helped. They make a total of $120,000, 2 parents, 2 kids. And they make about $120,000 self-employed, and they still qualify for about $500 to help them towards their health insurance. So anybody below that, obviously, more money. So
Absolutely.
You talk tax credits, people get interested quick.
correct.
Absolutely.
And right now you hear a lot about them, right? Like you're seeing all over the news about what's going on in that arena. So yeah, it's a great way to help reduce that burden of having to buy that health insurance completely on your own. So great stuff.
So one of the things that we were talking about a little while ago with Jen and Mike, relational capital, something that I think is extremely powerful that's rarely talked about. And it's a good thing that someone like Jen and her business can go out and educate us on this, right? So what have you guys, thought about taking some of this material, some of these teachings that we're learning here today and taking it out not only for ourselves, but for our employees or our staff, and sometimes even at home, right? One of the things I was talking to Mike a little while ago is that he's been in BNI 8 years now, passed over 1.5, something like that in referrals. Thank you for closed business. So everyone knows him as, Mike. When he walks in the room, everybody knows Mike. And so, Jen, how do you explain that? How can someone who could potentially out there that's thinking, well, that's great. I mean, I would want to be that person that everybody, can notice when you walk into the room, right? How do I become that person? A lot of people are introverts and they don't know how to do that, right? How do you step out of that comfort zone?
Right. So, I think you just gave the key, right? You have to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. And if you're new to networking or you're afraid of walking into a big room because you're an introvert and you like to sit back and observe a little bit before you speak, you're not the overwhelming presence that just overpowers the room. It's okay, because what actually introverts are keyed into is the depth of conversation. So they actually have a stronger skill set than some of us extroverts who like to talk a lot and be very forthcoming and may not turn on our ears as much. So if you are in that space, one of the things you can think about doing is you can think about observing the room and just getting to know the person right next to you. Hey, Mike, how are you? And focusing on the one-to-ones within the big group, and just move yourself along so that you're not always sitting next to the same person, so you get to learn other people and really focus in on the one-on-ones, and then become known as, so I was dubbed the mafia of connections because I know a guy for everything or a girl for everything. And pretty much I have become known for that in my family circles, friend circles, business circles, investor circles. If anybody needs anything, they come to me. And that came from sitting and having one-on-ones and listening and saying, oh, I know somebody who maybe I'm not the best fit, the best solution for your business, but I have somebody who is. And so introverts can really dial into that on the one-on-one conversation standpoint, just using their ears and putting that to work for them so that they can connect someone that really can move them forward, because that's what adding value is all about.
And can it be can people take baby steps, to getting out of their comfort zone? Or is it just you just dive in?
Splash in the cold water.
And you become a different person, right? Wishful thinking, right?
Yeah,
but
are you a toe dipper or are you a jump off the deep end? I think there's two different types of people. If you know you're the toe dipper and you never actually get in the pool, then find somebody who's going to give you a little push. So I think one of the benefits of BNI is the accountability that we have, right? We have a community. We meet on a weekly basis. So we're seeing the same faces. So pick a partner who will kind of give you a gentle nudge if you're not wanting to get... or a pull. Yeah, absolutely. So the easiest way to kind of baby step it is to say, okay, I'm in this meeting. I'm going to have one-on-one this week.
Yeah.
And go to the person who seems the most comfortable to you. And just start there and start small. And if you're uncomfortable, reach out to one of the people we have leadership for that. We have mentor coordinators. We have leadership who, like, I know I'm in leadership, and if anybody comes to me and says, hey, Jen, I need help, I'm like, let me get you connected. I will go to the meeting with you. Let me hold your hand and do that warm introduction. Because when those of us who are comfortable do that for our newer members or for the people who we come into contact with, it really just adds that value.
Absolutely. So, Barbara, I'm going to come back to you. What have you seen BNI do for you in your business in regards to relational capital? I mean, we were all at one point, introverts. We didn't start at this, right? Well, maybe not Jen. Jen's a pro. She's been doing this since she was born. But, for a lot of us, and I don't know if I speak for you, but I speak for myself, that it did become that way. I started doing one-to-ones with the member that just seemed that I had a little bit more of a connection with, and took that baby step. And then next thing you know, a year later, I'm being nominated to be the VP for the group, and I'm sitting there, what? Me? Out of all of these other amazing professional people, right? So have you seen anything like that? I know you were in leadership last year or the year before for your chapter, right?
Correct. So yes, for sure. One of the biggest things with me is that I had already started building that relationship, and kind of like Jen, I get the ability of people coming to me and say, hey, I need this. Do you know somebody? And so with BNI, it really allowed me to have a broaden that network. And so now I have professionals that I completely trust because I see them every week. I hear from them. I hear when I refer people to them, I hear from the clients that I refer to them. And that has really helped me build that portfolio up. So now it's, when somebody comes to me, it's like, I do. And I know them by first name basis, or I have a face, I can connect them easily. And so it really has helped me broaden, as well as there's some areas that I kind of, like you said, I tiptoed around it versus jumping in. And BNI has so much educational podcasts and things and even in our own meetings, we have a great educational coordinator that helps us every week, give us little tidbits to help us either market ourselves or get out there. And that has really been helpful for me to grow as an entrepreneur, for me to grow as a professional as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if somebody's looking to come into BNI right now to generate revenue for their business, it's a great thing. Referral partners, but here's the thing, think about it, when you start a new job, you come into a new job and you're kind of, a little shy and suspect, you're not jumping in all over the place, you're trying to feel your way around, learn what's going on, maybe it's a big company, maybe it's a small company, either way there's stuff that you have to migrate through, and after a few months you start getting comfortable. BNI is like you put 2 years into it and it starts pouring into you. That's what they told me when I joined, and I committed to that 2 years, and now it just comes without even asking for it almost, because there's so many people that I know and such a wide network just right here local. My business is just local. If it was international or national or international, it would just be blown up. But that's just not my business,
Right.
Like yours. I mean, I can see it blowing up everywhere. So.
Well, I'll be honest, I wouldn't have made international bestseller in an hour when I published my book if it wasn't for BNI.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally leaned on my BNI partnerships in my group, and then the ones that I had met as I'd been traveling in other areas, and really by asking, that was my ask. Usually I don't have an ask for BNI. I don't ask for the referrals because I know that coaching is a relationship business. And so it takes more than just a commercial or a one-time meeting to have people feel trust enough to refer me. But for a book, that's, $1.99, that was easy. And I asked for them to share that, and to really just, if it was something that would be beneficial, to share it with their clients. And I had BNI members who bought hundreds of them and gave them to all of their clientele, because it was on boundaries, and that's just a key thing. So it really is very powerful, the network that we had. And incidentally, I was 2.5 years in when I made my first real ask.
Yeah. So we have all found some success, obviously being BNI members and being a part of a world organization that is dedicated to help business professionals take their business to the next level. But it goes just beyond just sitting back, becoming a member, and just waiting for things to happen, right? We're talking about diving in. We're talking about diving in, becoming one with your chapter members, getting to know all of them first, getting to know not only their business or their products or services, but I want to know their mission and their vision of their business so that I can better help those members. And in turn, they're going to be so motivated to help us as well, right? But along with that comes relational capital, and I think time management goes hand in hand. Better yet, intentional time management, because the words time management is used all over the place, right? But are we being intentional with our time management? For example, did you guys know that there is a handy little tool on either phone, whether Android or Apple, a little tool called Screen Time? Are you guys familiar?
Yes.
No.
Screen Time, and if you're not, look up Screen Time on your phone. Screen Time will tell you how much time you're spending on each application. You're going to be totally blown away by if you look at it and see how much time you spend scrolling through Facebook.
Yeah. Or
So,
playing
talk
Candy
about-
Crush.
I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I want that.
Talk about taking accountability to the next level
Yeah.
upon ourselves and being intentional
Minecraft.
with our being intentional with our time management, because
Yeah.
we think it's huge, right? We profess to our employees, to everyone in the world, it's all about time management, right? But are we ourselves being intentional with it?
So I got something really cool.
Yeah.
I've always been told, you procrastinate. I procrastinate everything. Since I was a kid, my mom said, you procrastinate everything. Well, I do. I really do. So now I set aside one day a month to procrastinate everything. That way during the month, I don't procrastinate anything anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is my day and I'm not doing anything that day if I don't want to.
Yeah, absolutely. So
That's
I believe,
time management.
I believe that the tool that's within the palms of our hands, Screen Time, can keep us in check, right? Because one of the things that you can do within Screen Time is that you can set timers for certain applications to only spend a certain amount of time, and you don't spend hours scrolling to something that's not, generating.
So do you think one of the biggest
Revenue.
problems is the screen time, is taking away all of our time?
Yeah, well, when I discovered that, and I was blown away with how much time I was spending on certain applications. I had a house built last year, so my screen time, the majority of my time, was Amazon. I was looking for things, for the house and things like that. And not only was I wasting time, but I was also spending money, right? So talk
two
about
bad things.
a double whammy. So talk about,
negative.
when I realized that I had to set a timer, a time limit for that application. As soon as that little timer is up, because it's a little time clock, you put the phone down and you get to focus on, that was it. That was your distraction from, 3, 4, 5 hours worth of work. You distract yourself by doing a little bit of shopping, and then you go back to work rather than just sitting there just scrolling.
That's
And
fun.
the worst thing about this whole thing, and I'm talking about intentional time management, because did you guys know that parallel universes actually do exist?
I believe in them.
Right? Here's how I can prove it. Next time you're on Facebook and you're looking at everybody else's posts, what do you see right underneath their name?
Date and time.
There's a timestamp
Yep.
from the past.
From the
You're
past.
looking at something that somebody did in the past, right? And when we upload something into Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat,
It's already
whatever it is,
happened.
No, you're sending it into the future for them to look at it in your past.
Oh.
And what we forget is to be here in the
crazy.
present.
Trip.
It's crazy because we're spending all that time either looking at something that somebody did in the past. I really don't care what anybody else is eating in the past, right? There's nobody else's business as to what I'm going to be doing, what I'm doing right now, for them to look at it in the future, because I'm going to send it into the future. And it's crazy because the fact of the matter is that we're always behind.
Yeah, technology just messed up
Right.
our world, man.
Yeah, so if you want to take it a little bit further, the sunlight takes 8 minutes to reach Earth, right? So that sunlight that we're looking at right now, it's already come and gone, right? But when you think about it on how we're going to intentionally use our time, we need to look at it that way. How much time are we spending on producing non-revenue activities, right? So
A lot.
what are you guys going to do when you go back into your office and tell your employees or even your family? Because you can do and set those timers up for your sons or your daughters. And next time your son comes to you, or in this case my son at one point, that there was an assignment missing or not turned in on time, let me see your phone. This is why that assignment was not turned in on time, right? So not only can we do that for our families, but we can do that for, the employees, not necessarily telling them what to do with their phone or whatever, but, we can do a
Call it
training.
constructive feedback.
We can do a training in regards to how are we using our time, Are we being intentional with our time, or are we just thinking, okay, I have, my time management set up and whatnot?
We all have the same amount of time, we just don't all
Yeah.
do the same things with it.
Yeah, there is 168 hours a week. The average person will spend about 40 hours at work. If you're a business professional, it's going to be way more than that. But let's say an average professional is going to spend about 40 hours a week, right? And let's say you go to the gym, you spend about 7 hours at the gym throughout the week, or something similar to that, or something that you can spend 7 hours with. And then you're going to spend about 56 hours probably sleeping, if you sleep that much, if you're lucky to sleep that much, right? That tells you, if you minus all of that, out of 168 hours a week, you have roughly about 65 hours a week left over. Are we being intentional with that time? What are we doing with that time? Now, if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to work way more than 40 hours a week, correct?
Generally speaking.
Generally speaking. So even if you do work 30 additional hours a week, let's say 70 hours a week, you still have 30 hours a week.
Yeah, you still got some time for your family.
Yeah, not only that, but aside from that, what else are we doing? Are we
Fun.
being intentional with our time? So when it comes to relational capital, it's not just about ourselves and how we project ourselves, how we hold ourselves, upright and everything, is also keeping ourselves in check as to how we're using our time effectively.
Yeah, makes sense.
If I'm not getting referrals from my BNI members, well, guess what? How much time am I spending on these applications versus should I be doing referral strategy sessions, AKA one-to-ones, right?
Really helps, yeah.
Yeah.
Be intentional, be intentional about what you're doing and things. We have this thing called the gains. It talks about your goals, your interests, your networks, and you share that with people. Well, I normally share it in advance of a meeting. That way we can come to the meeting with an opportunity, and then while we're there, generate another one or two. So it really turns into a lot of business when you make it intentional,
Right.
So.
All right, folks, we're talking relational capital and intentional time management. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Having a smart and healthier lifestyle is now possible. Hi, this is Eddie Meinhardt with Incredi Home Solutions. We are proud distributors of Royal Prestige, the most advanced cookware in the market. Designed with the highest quality standards, Royal Prestige is the only in the market incorporating surgical-grade stainless steel, getting the most nutrients out of your food while helping you cook healthier. They look beautiful in your kitchen, and they are built to last for a lifetime, featuring an amazing 15-year warranty and complimentary yearly service at no cost for our customers. We at Incredi Home have over 15 years of experience providing smart home and healthy living solutions, with a strong commitment to personalized service and great customer satisfaction, offering customized solutions and financing plans to each client. Allow us to help you improve your lifestyle with our smart and healthy living products. Call us today for an in-home demonstration or visit our showroom in Katy for an extraordinary experience. Incredi Home Solutions, making your life easier, your home smarter, and your loved ones healthier.
I'm here to take you to a new frontier, the final frontier. In fact, you and I are going where no one has gone before. I'm Glenn Henderson, entrepreneur, success coach, and musician, and I want to personally invite you to take this journey with me in the pages of my best-selling new book, All I Need to Know About Success I Learned from Star Trek. We'll travel aboard the USS Enterprise along with Captain James T. Kirk, Spock, and the finest crew in Starfleet. And we'll learn together about success principles like how to work with a team and accomplish your goals, when to fight for what you believe, and when not to, and what your business really is, no matter what you do for a living. Beam aboard with me. My mission is your success. And I'll see you on the bridge. Live long and prosper.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The NowMedia video business card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The NowMedia video business card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Hey folks, we are back and thank you for staying tuned in. This is BNI Now. We've been talking relational capital and intentional time management, but now our amazing BNI members from 3 different chapters here, we want to talk about, I want to ask them exactly who are they looking for as far as referrals? How can we help them to continue to grow their business? So we're going to go with the ladies first. Mike, sorry, we're going to go last. But Ms. Barbara Garcia, tell us, Vista Agency, who's your ideal referral that would absolutely take your business to the next level?
So right now I'm looking for small companies that have not been able to establish group insurance because of the cost and or because of the participation. So there are some programs available, specifically last quarter of the year, but it'd be nice to get those ramped up and in place now because that's a really busy season for us. So small businesses haven't been able to get their employee benefits up and running because of cost and or participation that they couldn't meet. Those would be great referral sources for
Amazing. All right. And Jen, your turn. Who would be the great ideal referral that would just, take your business to the next level?
Right, that's a fantastic question. Thanks for asking. So for myself, the absolute best referrals are service-based professionals who are just rock stars at what they do, but they can't seem to get their business to the next level because a lot of times lawyers, CPAs, physicians, chiropractors, people who are in service-based industries, we're really good at what we do, but we don't understand business acumen, and we spend a lot of time doing things that are not revenue generating. So not only are they great clients, but they also are the gift that keeps giving because they work with other people who are my ideal client.
Absolutely. And Mike, we'll go over to you. Who would be that ideal referral for you?
So the ideal referral for me, kind of 2 areas. One, I work with construction companies that do post-construction cleanup. A lot of times that leads to the tenant or the resident of that building or establishment, and that leads to a long-term contract. Our main thing is janitorial work, so I'm looking for small to medium-sized businesses that may need cleaning services 3 to 5 days a week, even 1 day a week. Whatever your needs are, that's what we do, but commercial office cleaning, making it shine.
Wonderful. So now I'm going to ask you 3 a question, and I don't want you guys to fight over this, okay? I don't want, there shouldn't be no competition or anything, but tell me or tell our audience about your chapters. How amazing are your chapters? We want to get all of our audiences to visit our chapters, right? Because we want to be able to help them with their business as well. And so, Barbara, tell us all about BNR Synergy. When do you guys meet? What day, what time? How can they get an invitation to visit your chapter?
Thank you. So BNI Synergy, we meet Thursdays at 3 o'clock, go to 4:30, and we are great. We have the best energy. It's not in the morning, so all those folks that can't get up at 7 o'clock and make their BNI 7 o'clock, this would be the chapter for you guys.
Absolutely. And Jen, what about you? What about your chapter?
Yeah, so I'm a member of Sci-Fair Business Partners. We meet on Wednesday mornings, 7:30 to 9. And if you want an invitation, you can always reach out to me, Jen Gode Coaching, jengodecoaching.com. Just contact me. I'm happy to send you an invitation.
All right. And Mike, what about your chapter?
Yeah, my chapter is Woodlands Winning Edge. They've been around for about 12 years, and we have some members that have been in the chapter since its inception, so it's got a lot of longevity, and we generate a lot of activity. We're very high energy and a lot of fun. More fun in person, though we've been virtual, we're still having a good time. So, yeah, Mike, you can reach out to me as well, cleansweepofficecleaning.com. Call me up, text me.
All right, wonderful. So there you have it, 3 different chapters, some meet in the morning, some meet in the afternoon, and we also have some chapters that meet during lunchtime because everybody's got to eat lunch anyways, right? So why not do some networking? So with that being said, we do have a slide that if you're in the Houston West region and you're a member of BNI, we do have a slide that's going to come up on the screen with a QR code that you can scan with your camera to schedule your time to be here on this show. This is where you want to be because we're going to have great topics, conversation. You get to introduce your business, and so why not? It's part of your membership, right? There's no additional cost to the members to be here. So with that being said, who's got the best chapter?
Energy, of course.
That is an unfair question.
The best chapter is the one you join.
Yeah, right? No, well, one of the things that we like to tell our visitors is that we encourage for visitors to visit 3 or 4 or 5 chapters, and the one that gives you that gut feeling, the one that makes you feel like this is the one for me, that's going to be the chapter for you.
Yeah, because here's the thing, when you join a chapter, you're connected to all chapters. There's 50 or 60 chapters in this region that you can connect with and do virtual meetings or do face-to-face meetings or have one-to-one. So you don't have to be restricted to yours. You just have to join one so you can be a part of all of it.
Yeah.
And it really, it gets bigger. I mean, you think it's so big, but then it really turns into something so small because, once you start working in the system.
Yeah, so one of the things that BNI has taught us, and 2020 actually taught us, is that now being a member of BNI, you can visit chapters all over the world. Have you guys visited any other chapters, across seas? Who has?
So before we locked down, when I would travel, I would visit whatever chapter was in the area. But I've been in, I think, 40 countries maybe.
Oh, wow.
Since Zoom.
That's nice.
Yeah, and the ability to be able to visit other chapters as part of your membership, I mean, why not continue to network, right?
Yeah, and we do these speed networking things. I was on an international speed networking call that there was people from India and Pakistan and there was people from China. There was another guy from Australia. There were people from all over. So really kind of wild. A lady from Florida was there, and she connected me to a piece of business here in Spring because she used to live here. And that came from an international one-to-one meeting that we had. So that was pretty cool.
And you just never know where those referrals are going to come from, right? I don't know how many states you guys are licensed in or not, but whatnot. But I would, if I'm only licensed in certain states, I would go and visit chapters in those particular states because you just never really know, right? So with that being said, let's talk about contact spheres. In BNI, we have what we call our contact spheres, our power groups, right? So in your chapter, Barbara, what contact sphere is the strongest that you have the most members in? And what other professions do you need in your chapter to fill those chairs?
So right now, I think the contact sphere that's the greatest is the one around residential.
Okay.
So we have a phenomenal realtor, we have a great mortgage rep, and then a couple of the items that go around that. I think they do some phenomenal business. Some of the things that we're still missing for that, actually, still for that business, is we're looking for a plumber. So if you guys know of anybody out there, and we just filled the banking seat, which was also really needed. So
So there are many other professions out there or contact spheres that could use some attention and or new members to. What professions would those be? I mean, we're talking about health and wellness area, or?
We have a phenomenal doctor that does direct primary care work, which is great, and we probably can use some support around that area now. So a chiropractor would probably be a great area. So, and then some other, we don't have anybody doing any other health and wellness, so that is a great one as well.
Okay, wonderful. And Jen, what about you on your chapter?
Yeah, so we have a really strong real estate sphere with all the trades, et cetera. I think we have 19 people in that sphere. The spheres that we're really looking to build are currently the marketing and events sphere. We don't have someone who does what you do, for example. So we're looking for people to really support. We do have like website and SEO management, and we have someone who does relational marketing, but all of the auxiliary things that go with that we're looking for. And we have an amazing florist who really could use a wedding venue or venues or something also that's in that vein.
Event planners.
Event planners, yeah.
Awesome. And Mike, what about in your chapter?
Yeah, so we've always had a real strong real estate team, and that's been working well for a long time. We have a B2B team that we work on B2B. It's anybody that does commercial business to business relationships, and that's a team that's working well. We're looking for a general contractor. We're looking for some other professional services, like maybe some trades. They're always looking for trades, but our meeting's at 3:30, and we drink afterwards, so the trades like that.
That's a perk? Is that a perk?
That's one of the perks, yeah,
We do that at Saturday when we meet at
3:30 to 5, and it's midweek, so we're on hump day. We're going to hump right over into the bar.
Onto the bar.
Anyway, no, it doesn't happen too often, but.
All right, so there you have it, folks. For those of you that are in industries that are not real estate related, because if you guys notice the pattern here is that all chapters have strong real estate,
Real estate is the
concept
key to every chapter.
Absolutely.
When you put that team together, it starts functioning, and everything adds into that. So whether it's commercial or residential real estate, that you can build a whole string of revenue and a lot of connections through that.
Yeah, so with that being said, what we have in the launch department is we have an acronym that we use. We call it the FIRM. The FIRM are those financial advisors. They are the insurance professionals, the real estate professionals, and mortgage professionals. So those chairs are the most popular chairs in BNI. They rarely become open, and when they do, you
They're
have
hot.
tons of professionals trying to land that chair. So if you find yourself being in the firm, financial advisors, insurance professionals, real estate professionals, and mortgage professionals, reach out to me. I'm the managing launch director for many regions around the U.S. I'll be able to help you launch a brand new chapter solely for you. All right, so with that being said, we want to know, our audience wants to know how to get in touch with us so that we can, do some business. So let's go around the horn. Barbara, tell us your website, phone number, email address, all that stuff so that our clients can, or guests can see, contact you.
Yes, vistaagency.com. You guys can call us at 713-893-0324. And you can reach out at info@vistaagency.com.
Awesome, there you go. And Jen?
JenGodayCoaching.com, 713-305-8815, and all my email and social is on that website.
Awesome. And Mr. Mike?
Mike Mogel, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, and that's cleansweepofficecleaning.com, 832-689-7996, and you'll get me, so we'll have a conversation.
Awesome. There you go. There you have it, folks. That is our show for today. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being on this first setup this way and having a little
Nice.
panel discussion. I think it's a little bit different. I think it went well. And it's only going to continue to get better. So thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. And it's great that it happened in the anniversary of the BNI Now show, the first anniversary. So thank you for being here. Hopefully a year from now, we'll still be here. I think we will. And you guys will be in these same chairs having another discussion.
And you'll be even more of a celebrity.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, folks, so thank you for tuning in. If you want to know more about BNI, BNI.com, or if you're in the Houston West region, BNIHouston.com. Check out the chapter directories and check out the amazing chapters that our members represent. Go visit them. They're amazing, and they're going to welcome you with open arms. Until next time, please take care of each other, and we will see you soon.
And that's a wrap.
Trapeadores giratorios pueden costar una fortuna, pero tú puedes obtener el Hurricane Floating Mop con sus 2 almohadillas de microfibra a un precio especial de lanzamiento. Pero espera, llama ahora mismo y obtén 2 almohadillas de estropajo gratis, perfectas para limpiar tierra o lodo o eliminar los gérmenes de la ducha, incluso limpiar y desinfectar los azulejos que siempre son difíciles de alcanzar. Pero eso no es todo. También recibirás 2 almohadillas de pulido gratis para que dejes cualquier superficie reluciente al instante. Olvídate de las escaleras. Hurricane Floating Mop llega a
A continuación, Tiempo de Negocios, con Darío Celis. Solo por NowMedia Television.
Broadcasting live from Houston, the space capital of the world, this is NowMedia TV. Television for business leaders.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Les saluda Martín Berlanga. En esta era digital, las tarjetas de presentación de negocios son cosa del pasado. De hecho, la mayoría de las personas que las reciben las pierden en cuestión de minutos después de haberlas recibido. Y con esto, su negocio ha perdido ese cliente y seguramente esa venta. En NowMedia hemos diseñado un producto que está cambiando la industria y lo llamamos videotarjeta de negocios, la cual es un video especialmente grabado con tecnologías de vanguardia en nuestros estudios de televisión profesionales. y está diseñado para ser enviado de manera rápida y sencilla usando su teléfono inteligente, tableta o correo electrónico a sus clientes, proveedores, empleados